San Francisco-based OpenAI, that's artificial intelligence, launched the artificial intelligence chatbot, ChatGPT, on the 30th of November 2022. Industry watchers knew that a significant disruptor in the labor marketplace had arrived. Now, when we talk about disruptions in the marketplace and its implications on employment, what picture does it paint in your mind?
Okay, well, it depends on how you look at it. When we're talking about disruption, I listened to your previous guests. Disruption is just about a new entrance in the market, taking over the market. That's what disruption is all about. Okay, so you have somebody come into the industry and bring in a new way of doing things, that makes the person take over, the market from all the existing players. That is basically what disruption is all about. Okay, so it's not that the market is destroyed. It's not that. It's just that a new set of players. So in terms of how it affects if it affects productivity positively, what it means is that it's going to increase employment. Okay, so the more productivity that there is, the more people you need. It's just that, like you said before, it will need a new skill set, to be able to play in that industry. Basically, that's what it's all about.
Could you give us all over again what you said about new entrants and how this will open the space?
Okay, so what I've said was that disruption, it's basically when you have a new entrance into an industry because of innovation, takes over the market or takes over the industry. So what had happened is that the new entrant disrupts existing people and took over the market. Okay, and I said that when it comes to how it affects employment, if disruption increase productivity, it means that more hands is needed, okay, to meet the demands of the market. All right, okay. So in terms of correlation with employment, innovation, if it leads to meeting market needs, which will increase the demand for the product or the services, will actually increase employment. The only difference is that a new skill set is required to play in that market. That's just the difference. Yeah. So as long as you have people upgrade their skill set and be able to play in that new industry, what you are going to find out is that there are going to be employment.
Now, what you said was an echo of the quote I did earlier on of Nikki Ved, who said, Nikki Ved is an international keynote speaker and corporate speaker on all things tech, innovation, and disruption. And he said that your job won't be taken by artificial intelligence, AI, but by someone who understands and knows how to use artificial intelligence. But listen to this, right? In the book, The Innovator's Dilemma, when new technologies cause great firms to fail. This was released in 1997 by Professor Christensen, and he delved extensively into disruptive innovations. And like I posed to Grace earlier on, recently there have been reports of students using ChatGPT for assignments. Now, Hyacinth, is there a possibility that these innovations, which you say are good, is there a possibility that there might be dark sides to it if misused?
Okay, so what is the essence of innovation? The essence of innovation is to make things better or improve things, okay, for the final consumers. All right. So when people are going into innovations, the first thing is start with that there's a problem and you want to solve the problem for them. And basically the problem, the solution is to make things better for the final consumers. is to make things easier, is to make things faster, is to make things cheaper. These are the whole essence of innovation. Okay, so I mean, I don't see a downside to innovation as long as the whole essence is to improve things. So I mean, there are two ways to look at it. Okay, there are people who create innovations, and there are people who innovations are created for. Okay, so we can use the term the producers and the consumers. All right, so the producers are trying to make things better for the consumers. All right, so I don't see how making things easier for people, making things faster for people, making things cheaper for people, can have any negative effect. I heard the first question you asked, whether it will reduce the level of thinking. Okay, the fact remains that, all right, the standards are there, the standards are not reduced. Okay, but what innovation does is that it makes it easy for you to meet the standards. I think that's what innovation is all about.
That was well put. Now, the World Economic Forum in the Future of Job report, April 30, 2023, stressed, among other things, that economic health and geopolitical trends have created divergent outcomes for labor markets. It also said technology adoption will drive business transformation in the next 5 years. That's similar to what you've been saying. It also said the significant labor disruptions come from environmental, technological, and economical trends. But this is what I want you to react to, Hyacinth. It said that 60% of workers would require training before 2027, but available training facilities may be inadequate. How do we solve this?
Okay, I mean, there are so many ways that we can solve it. The first and foremost is, at the macro level, which is at the government level. All right. Okay. Yeah. So the government needs to understand what the trend is all about. Okay. Where, the industries are going, where innovation is going, where technology is going, and create the enabling environment. Okay. So in our schools, primary, secondary, the curriculum could be revised, to, take into consideration this current reality, that the entire world is facing. All right. So that's the place to start from. So at the school levels, you can have curriculum updated to ensure that, okay, these relevant skills are being transferred, are being taught, at the school level, beginning from primary school, secondary school, universities, and all that. Then coming back to the industries also, okay, at various levels, the industries should actually vote, because that is what creates the pool, okay, the competent pool of employees or labor pool that are able to, competently play, in the new in the new reality that you have just painted. All right. So it starts at the macro level. It starts at the continue at the industry level with the various organization, the various businesses, understanding that this is the new trend, this is the new reality, and voting, budgeting for this kind of skill upgrade. And of course, the individual players in the market, who are the employees and the people, they need also to understand that the game is changing and there's a need for skill set upgrade. I think that's how we starting from the macro level to the business themselves, to the individuals, recognizing that this is the trend, this is the skill that is required to survive the new trend, and everybody investing in it. Basically, that's what you need to do to address the skill gap that have been created by the new trend.
Example of what you're saying is traditional taxi hailing services, which has faced significant competition and declining patronage due to competition from e-hailing services. I don't want to call names because that will be advertising brands. These e-hailing services have displaced several taxi operators, taking a considerable chunk of the market share in that segment. What should people like this do?
Okay, I mean, basically, I mean, they have the resources, I mean, we know the trend that you are talking about. Okay, so what do you need to do? You have the vehicle. What has changed is that the improvement or innovation you talk about, all they introduce, okay, is just an app. Okay, right? And what does the app does? The app track, the drivers. The app ensures that there's a payment system that is trusted. The app ensures that the security of the passengers can be guaranteed as you can trace the passengers. So what does the taxi drivers needs to do? Okay, one is that they have what it takes to be play in that market. They have the vehicle. They only need to ensure that their vehicle is in a good state. It has air conditions, it meets the standard, and get a smartphone, know how to use the app, and that's how you need to do it. So there's an adaptation that is required, and it's an easy adaptation because you already have what it takes to play in the new market. For example, you have the vehicle, okay, because the app owners or the people that brought the innovation, they don't buy vehicle, they use the vehicle of existing the vehicle of people. Okay, so what you need to do, upgrade your vehicle, upgrade your skill, get a smartphone, know how to use the app, because what that does also, it will increase your business because it gives you access to more customers. Instead of parking somewhere, waiting for a customer or driving around, hoping that somebody will flash you down, to hire you, at the comfort of parking somewhere, somebody will come into your app, and ask you to come and pick him. So, I mean, there's targets, you can actually be more effective and use your time better and use your fuel better. So what you need to do is just upgrade your speed, adapt your vehicle, get a smartphone, and you're in business.
Well said, Hyacinth. Now, a 2016 World Bank report estimates that 66.6% of jobs in developing countries may face redundancy due to digital innovations. Now, the report indicated that low to middle-skilled administrative and routine employment might be affected, stressing that 40% of jobs in Nigeria could be affected due to automation of work processes. This was a report put out by the World Bank in 2016. Does the reality today match this report in your estimation?
Well, I mean, the reality has always been obvious. It didn't just start today. We give you an example. We can start from things like typewriter. Okay, the people that are typists, that's long ago. Okay, that didn't upgrade their job were taken away. If you go further, okay, we have the postal system, which was largely ineffective. Today, you have email system that are disrupted that. Okay, so I mean, it's a trend that's been there, and as technology innovation progresses, we're going to see more of that trend, not just in Nigeria, but all over the world. So, like, I mean, you quoted that it is not AI that will take your job, but it's the people that have the skill of AI that will take the job. So it's not basically the technology, it's not basically the innovation. It's people's inability to adapt and upgrade their skills based on current reality. Okay, so that's what is going to take the job. The trend has always been there, and it will continue to grow. All right, so the skills of yesterday will not be relevant for the future, will not be relevant for tomorrow. I think that's just the message. Upgrade your skills, know what the tomorrow skills is all about, and prepare yourself ahead so that you continue to be relevant, okay, as technology innovations, progresses.
Now, what we're doing is putting out these reports that were conducted and put out by professional bodies, and then match it with realities on ground, right? So this is another report that was done in 2018 by the International Labour Organization. It said that in their Inception report tagged ILO Global Commission on the Future of Work, they made several significant findings on the future of work. And they said AI, robots, and computers will take over lots of jobs because of innovations, right? The report further argued that digital technology will be an essential factor for the future of work, stressing that job quality, for example, will depend extensively on an employee's ability to use digital technology in the workplace effectively. Hyacinth, for example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, those who were not skilled digitally couldn't work remotely, right?
Yeah, I mean, we are saying the same thing over and over again. Yeah, technology disruption will require a new set of skills. And if you don't have the skills, you are not going to be relevant. Okay? All right? Yeah. So it is not that the disruption will take away jobs. It will create new set of jobs. For example, okay, people are manufacturing the robots. The robots did not vomit itself. It was manufactured by people. So the robot industry will require a new set of skills for people to play in that industry. Okay? Yeah, so while it is taking out, okay, normal operational jobs that the robots are coming to take over, okay, there are jobs about, create in the industry of creating the robots is also, what's called, is giving, is making provision for more jobs. So what is required? You need to progress or upgrade yourself from the skills of those manual work to how to play in this new industry that is creating new jobs. So always, okay, technology will make some job redundant, but it will open up new opportunities that require new set of skills to play and take advantage of those new opportunities.
As you're such a proponent for disruptions and innovations in the marketplace, I'd like to ask, though, how have you cashed in on innovations and disruptions in the marketplace, especially in your company, Valor Credo?
Okay, so in my company, Valor Credo, what we do actually is that we help startups to innovate. Okay, so we help people, because like I told you before, one of the challenges that we have in the industry, in the markets about innovation is to, first and foremost, innovation is a discipline, okay, and is a process, all right? So there's an ideation process that most players in the market don't understand, okay? And that's where, so we're not just using innovation, we're helping people to develop products that disrupt the market, okay? So, I mean, there are two kinds of categories of innovation. There's product innovation, there's process innovation, okay? In each of those category of innovation, a new set of skills is required. So what we do in my company, that we serve as consultants, to help, companies, businesses, create innovative products and design disruptive innovative business models, because the disruption does not actually happen at the product innovation level, but it happens, at the business model innovation level, So when you innovate the business level and you get it right, and there's a fit between, what you've done and what the market wants, you're going to find out that you're going to drive other players out of the market. I give you an example, okay? There was a time that a computer company came, a distribution company came to existence, and he drove up the major players. What did he do? Before then, the distribution process is that there's a manufacturer. Manufacturer would send the good to wholesaler. Wholesaler will send the good to retailers, and retailers, to the final consumers. And these people came to the market and sell from production straight, to the final consumer. So what did they do? They removed the middlemen, crashed the price, the cost associated with the middlemen, and they took over the market. So that's a process innovation. Okay. So yes, people will say that it's going to take away the jobs of the wholesaler and the retailer as far as the industry is concerned. But what you find out is that because their productivity has increased also, they need more hands, okay, to be able to meet the demand, they are getting from the market that they created by the reason of reducing the cost because they shorten the process. So what my company does is help, other businesses to either innovate their products or innovate their processes. That's how we use innovation, in our businesses. And we do this also using digital technology, to reach out to companies, and advertise our products and tell people what we do. Basically, that's how we use technology in my business. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So it's time for us to wrap the show up, and I give you some few seconds to wrap up your thoughts, right? Let's tie it up with some nice ribbon as we take a final look, right, at disruptive innovations and its implication on employment. What are your final thoughts as we wrap up?
Okay, so my final thought is that innovation is the way to go. In fact, in Nigeria today, what you find out is that, the problems we have, okay, are opportunities to innovate. Because innovation does not start with an idea. Innovation starts with a problem. It's when you get superior solutions to the problem, okay, that's why we say you have an innovative product or innovative process. So innovation, problems we have in the marketplace, problem we have in the economy, provides an opportunities for innovators to bring, creative solutions that will solve the problem. And at the end of the day, they make a lot of money in their businesses.